It was done in a gas, really. I considered formaldehyde, but thought it might be too harsh, so I added some glycerol and alcohol.
I was presented with some spent cartridge cases and some spent bullets which had been recovered from the scene. Cartridge cases are marked uniquely by the components in the gun, and no two firearms will produce the same markings. These components are the firing pin, the breech face, the extractor, and the ejector which forces the spent cases out of the mechanism. These markings are unique to this rifle, as unique as fingerprints. I compared exhibits from previous shootings with the cartridge cases from the Craig murders. It transpired that this same weapon had been used in 16 separate incidents, murders or attempted murders of police and UDR.
Through the various intelligence agencies, we were aware of an IRA unit operating in this area. We were convinced that this unit consisted of two brothers, Christopher and Thomas Cassidy.
Come on, he's here.
The third member was one James Riley. They had been identified at a number of shootings and they were on the run. They had been on the run for a number of years. They could have been living rough. They could have been living with sympathizers. They could have been living on a boat. They could have been across the border too, but we had no idea where they were. Absolutely no idea.
Is he going to be able to get... Oh, for Jesus' sake!
What are you at?
Sorry. Will you grow up and quit messing? Is he going to be able to get down on time? That's what I want to know.
Pay attention.
An active service unit would normally comprise 4 to 6 men. Now, to protect their identity, to perhaps lessen the chances of a tout, they will operate completely as a unit.
As soon as they turn right,
They will decide themselves when to do a hit, the targets, how to do it.
As soon as they turn.
We had information that there was a fourth man, a Kelly, an Anthony Kelly. Well, you've only got to look at the electoral lists for that area to see how many Kellys there are. Every other bloody house was an A. Kelly. There was Anthony Kelly, Anthony Joseph Kelly, Anthony James Kelly. They were cousins and brothers. Really, it was quite a headache. He could have been any one of them. We had to face it. The guy could be anywhere. All I could do was concentrate on finding the person who'd bitten the apple. What about some of your farm workers? Would they have been up there?
Well, the only one that would have been up at field there would be wee Andy with a tractor. As far as eating apples are concerned, he'd be too mean to buy apples.
Do you remember eating an apple?
No.
I interviewed the local farmer and farm workers. We found an apple up in the trees by the top road. And of course I interviewed the security forces who'd been at the scene. At the back of my mind, some big peeler had probably eaten it. Did you eat an apple?
No.
Do you see anyone eat one?
No.
What about you, Brian? You were up around there to ring, no?
No.
Is there definitely you didn't see anyone eating one, throwing one down or anything? Good. I'd interviewed and eliminated the 50 or so people who were legitimately at the scene. There was the outside possibility it could have been thrown from a passing car, but it was found 30 feet from the roadway, so that was unlikely too. So we were eventually left in the position that it had to belong to the gunman or an associate. I think it was about then it really dawned on us we could have something here.
At this stage, we thought it best to bring the experts into it. and I had a friend at the London School of Dentistry.
Our individual would probably have a long, narrow face, a fairly large nose, and a high, sloping, intellectual forehead. He would have a protruding lantern jaw. He would have a high vault to his palate and might suffer from respiratory problems. He would be a tall, possibly thin individual. He would tend to have high shoulders and large hands and feet.
I said, well, yes, but I didn't really believe it. I mean, he'd given a detailed description of the person. He said he was tall, 5'10" to 6 foot, thin, gangly, you know, scratchy ankles without bending down, very high cheekbones, gaunt in around the cheeks, with this very peculiar mouth and grade 2 or 3 occlusions of the jaws or something, whatever that means. Well, in my own mind, I suppose, being perfectly honest, I was very sceptical. I thought it was all Jack and Ori. We had photographs of the Cassidy brothers and Riley. None of them had deformed jaws or teeth. And it was quite apparent even to a layman that they weren't the ones. So that just left us with Anthony Kelly.
Delta from Papa 70, over.
70, send up Delta. Go ahead, over.
Roger, Ludovic.
Over a period of time, the security forces carried out P-checks on Kellys, personnel checks on vehicles. Any Anthony Kelly was brought in for questioning.
Right.
Is young Martin Brown still down in Tobermore?
Oh, he's still there. Been down there now 5 years.
Is he? Well, he kept trying to get up to Strandtown. Want to get on the football team. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Show us your teeth. Thank you. Obviously, you can only take a case so far. And once we had circulated this fella Kelly, there was nothing we could do until we got a Kelly. Or, in fact, until we got one of the others. And frankly, I could never foresee that happening. Not unless they engage the security forces or vice versa.
All staff and passengers travelling on British Airways for shuttle flights from London Heathrow, please contact desks 4 and 5 in the check.
Take a good look. Where's the other boy?
God, he said, let's go. Go.